Hi, I'm Joel. In the Old Testament are certain psalms known as imprecatory psalms. And in these psalms, the psalmist is trying to enlist God's help to destroy his enemies. So these psalms express a hatred of the psalmist toward his enemies. Now, I have never struggled overly much with hating my enemies, but I have found it easy to hate the enemy within myself. What I mean is those parts of me that don't seem to measure up, or that seem like they're a failure or a disappointment to me. I found it easy to divide within myself those parts that I like and approve of and I'm okay with, but those parts that I'm not okay with, to live in a sort of a posture of judgment and critique and analysis, and not warmth but distance from. I try to distance myself from those areas. But what I've found over the years in making war on those parts of myself that I don't like is that behavior becomes very self-destructive over time. It's very self-destructive to try to divide out those parts I like from those parts I don't like. In fact, interestingly, the word diabolic has this prefix, dia, which means to divide or to set against. And the full word diabolic means slanderer. And without intentionally doing it, we can participate in a sort of a diabolic spirit of self-slandering, where we're continually under this burden of just not measuring up to some sort of impossible standard that we project that we're supposed to be able to achieve. Now, in recent years, I've noticed a growing desire within myself to love my whole self, to gather all the parts of myself, the parts that I approve of, the parts I don't approve of so much, but to gather it all under a sense of patient, hopeful, loving compassion, under a sense of self-acceptance and self-understanding, to let God love it all, but beyond that, to let myself love it all. And I'm not talking about, giving myself a free pass on foolish behavior or even sinful behavior. No, but to live my growing journey under a sense of compassion. And what I've noticed that happens is it's like putting your interior life in a greenhouse, and it gives the best possibility for things to flourish and grow and become fruitful. There is a particular spiritual discipline that I'd like to share with you, which is very helpful in this regard. A lot of you will know what a doula is. A doula is a loving companion who comes alongside a mom during the birth process. When a mom is in labor, a doula comes alongside and just, offers the mom loving support, words of encouragement, maybe small acts of love. But the doula's job is just to surround that mom with love. A doula is not a medical professional. Usually it's a sister or a friend or a mom. Maybe in dire emergency, it's a husband. But the doula's job is just to love that mom. And what statistics show is when a doula is involved in the birth process, births happen more quickly and with fewer medical interventions necessary. So why am I talking to you about a doula in a short video like this? Well, the reason is that as you and I move through this journey of life, we are always in labor for something new to be born. We are in labor for some new piece of life, something that's more whole, something that's more healing to be born in us. And we need around ourselves that sense of support and encouragement that a doula gives to a mom who's in physical labor. We need that same thing interiorly. Now, some of us are fortunate to have friends who are doula-like, and they do give us encouragement on our journey forward. But what I've noticed, is that even if those of us who have those doula-like friends, they can't be with us 24/7. I am with me 24/7. And so I need to become my own doula. That is, I need to become my own best encourager. I need to become my own best friend. And to support myself with that loving encouragement, I need to become my own doula. There is a great line by the writer Teresa of Lisieux that sort of sums all this up in a way. It says, if you are willing to bear the trial of being displeasing to yourself, you will be a pleasant place of shelter for Jesus. If you're willing to bear the trial of being displeasing to yourself, you'll be a pleasant place of shelter for Jesus. Meaning, if you can be okay with being incomplete, if you can be okay with being on the journey and just let yourself be on that journey under a sense of God's love and a sense of your own love, then it seems as though the Holy Spirit has more room to settle on you and guide you forward, encourage you forward, and create in you the kind of person that you're yearning to become. So if this idea of becoming a more encouraging self-presence is appealing to you, if the idea of giving yourself a break and living under more of a sense of grace is appealing to you, there is a link just below this video that you can click that will take you to some support materials. And in those materials is a very simple daily activity that you could practice to help you become more your own best friend, your own loving companion, your own doula, helping to give birth to your real self on the journey that you find yourself on.